What's up everyone, it's Aparicio, and today we're going to be creating a commercial look in Davinci Resolve. Easy peasy. We're going to make the subject pop, we're going to maintain proper white balance, and we're going to make the colors pop in the image. That's what we're going to do. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Alright, so here we are. This is our shot. We can go through it. You can see it. A girl resting from a workout. Alright, so let's just get right into it. I'm going to create 3 nodes here. Another node, I'm going to add a few parallels. Alright. And then I'll add a couple in the back end. There we go. So the first one, I always like to start with my primaries. So this is a commercial look. So we're going to keep everything super natural and super bright. Have my scopes open. Put the scopes right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and brighten the image up. I'm just looking at the scopes right now. I'm not even really looking at the image. So we're gonna put the blacks as far down as we can go without breaking the footage. And then the highlights you can keep around 896 for this commercial look. Alright, and then right here I'm gonna boost the contrast. Sweet. And then I'm gonna come right here to pivot. And I'm gonna pivot towards the left. Okay, favoring the highlights. Alright. So I'm gonna label that first node primaries. And then I usually put my curves node as the second one. I'm gonna leave it blank for now. Alright. And then I usually do my white balance in my third node. And so let's open the vector scope for this one. The shot is already pretty balanced. I'm just gonna cool it. Your skin was looking pretty red. Everything was looking red. I like it right there. Cool, clean, and crisp look. If we look at the before and the after, we are definitely favoring cooler. Make it a little bit warmer. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna qualify a lot of things here. All right. All right. So I'm gonna qualify her top. I'm just gonna label it top. That node. Pretty much one color here. So I don't think I'll qualify it. I think I'll go to hue versus hue in the curves, and I'm going to select it. I'm going to go down here to hue rotate, and I'm going to move it down. I'm going to create more separation from this and her skin. So I'm going to bring it down towards like the cyan blue. And I think a little bit would be good. And then I'll go to hue versus luminance. I'll just bring it down a tiny bit. Second node, I'm gonna label that tree. And back here, I'm gonna go ahead and qualify this tree. Gonna click the highlight up here to see what I'm doing. And okay, it's getting most of the tree, but it's picking up a lot of other things in the image. We're not worried about that, not one bit. Boom. And then we're gonna add well, first we're gonna denoise it, put that around 8. I'm going to do the blur around 10. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a power window right here, just so I can get this area where the tree is. Alright, let me click off the highlight, and I'm going to boost the saturation of the tree. I just want the colors to pop, okay? But obviously we want to keep her in focus, which we will toward the end. I'm going to create another one. I'm going to call this one blue. Alright, so the blue back here, I'm going to select it, turn the highlight on. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and grab all the blue in the image, denoise it a bit, blur it a bit. And I'm just going to increase the saturation, creating that nice, clean, crisp, saturated look. Okay, and the last one, I'm going to grab her skin, and I'm going to make sure it's where it needs to be. It's sitting a little, just a tad bit too red. And we can see here in the skin tone indicator line, that's sitting a little bit towards the magenta. So what I'm gonna do is grab the skin. Alright, this one's gonna be pretty weird. Alright, so I have most of it. There we go. Okay. I'm going to create a power window around her. Okay, so I have her skin. I'm not going to blur it and denoise it as much, probably around 5 for both. Alright, and then I'm going to grab my offset and I'm just going to pull it up a little bit and then left. Just to calm the skin down. Let's hit Control D over that. See what we did. Alright, I'm gonna bring it a little bit back towards where it was. And I think that's the sweet spot. So, go ahead and label that skin, guys. Alright? And now let's go over here. We're gonna go ahead and label this PW for that power window. So let's go to the power windows and let's put that over her. Make it nice and soft, right, and put it kind of more towards where the light is coming from. Go ahead and right click on that node and add an outside node. And then we'll just call this out. Let's go to the outside node, turn the highlight off, and let's just kind of bring everything down, bring the gain down a little bit. See, mine's at 96. I'm gonna bring the gamma down too, come on. Just a little bit. All right, let's go off and on with that. And you see we're just kind of bringing her out into focus more. While everything is saturated around her, she's still gonna be in focus because of what we're doing. So I just went to the original power window node where she is highlighted in the power window, and I'm just raising the gamma a little bit. Let's be more exaggerated with this out node, bring it down more, make her pop out even more. All right, so let's go to this node down here, and we're gonna call it sharp. All right, and then we're gonna go right here to blur, and we're gonna bring the radius down a little bit. So let's zoom in, reset, just bring it down a little bit. Create that sharp, crisp, kind of digital look. Couple more things here at the end. Add another node, and then I'm gonna add a parallel, and I'm just gonna go back to power windows. I'm gonna click my gradient power window right there. Okay, and I'm gonna drag it this way, and I'm going to darken that even more. And then I'm going to click on this node, and I'm going to create kind of a big vignette, and I'm going to invert it, bring the gain down, the gamma down. Just a subtle vignette. All right, and then to just adjust some things, so I'm seeing some clipping here. I'm gonna go back to my curves that we skipped earlier. I'm gonna bring down my highlights because they're clipping a little bit, right? Go right here, drag it down. You can see right there, they're going down. And then come here and bring it up a little bit to kind of make up for that. And then I'm gonna grab right here, the lower midtones, and I'm gonna drag it down a little bit. And then drag this down here up, just so our shadows aren't clipping, but they're right by 0. There we go. We have just created a commercial look in Davinci Resolve. Would you look at that? Would you look at that?